a mother's serious illness, a father's erratic behavior, and a marriage that few knew about. Barack Obama's parents were complex individuals who lived colorful lives, but there's a lot of details about them that are only now coming to the surface. Barack Obama Sr. was a Kenyan economist who left when his son was a toddler, and Dunham was an anthropologist who worked in Indonesia, where Obama Jr. lived during his childhood. Dunham and Obama Sr. met at the University of Hawaii. While Dunham is often portrayed as an abandoned woman left to raise a son on food stamps, she was ambitious and ahead of her time. While Obama Sr. left the family for good, Dunham also left him. Shortly after her son was born, she moved to Seattle to study at the University of Washington. They reunited with Obama Sr. in 1962, a year before he left for Kenya. Obama Sr. also attempted to have Dunham and his son move in with him in the 70s, but she had closed that door.
I never really knew my own father.
Obama's mother may have been known as Ann throughout her adult life, but she was Stanley Dunham growing up. She believed her father, Stanley Dunham, named her after himself after he got over the disappointment of having a daughter and not a son. However, many of her family members disagreed with her version. According to Obama's uncle, Ann's mother, Madeline, was a movie fan and drew inspiration for her daughter's name after watching In This Our Life, featuring Bette Davis as Stanley Timberlake. Madeline's brother, Charles Payne, told David Marinus for his 2012 biography, Barack Obama, The Story, "A woman named Stanley. Madeline thought that was the height of sophistication. That Ann's father was named Stanley gave Madeline the conviction to go through with it." In her younger years, her family and friends called her Stanny Ann, but after high school, she started introducing herself by her middle name. When Dunham and Obama Sr. tied the knot, they kept the news to themselves. At the time of their wedding, Dunham was also pregnant with Barack Obama Jr., who was born 6 months later. That wasn't the only possible reason for all the secrecy. Dunham and Obama Sr. wed in February 1961, when interracial marriage was banned in certain states. And it wasn't just the American side that opposed the relationship. The Kenyan side was equally unhappy. Dunham told Barack about the reaction of his grandfather on his father's side after he heard about their plans. Barack wrote in Dreams from My Father, he wrote Gramps this long, nasty letter saying that he didn't approve of the marriage. He didn't want the Obama blood sullied by a white woman. The 44th U.S. president isn't the only Obama to have graduated from Harvard University. Barack Obama's father earned an MA in economics from the school in the early 1960s, but Obama Sr.'s decision to pursue his education had consequences. When he moved to Massachusetts, he left a wife and a 2-year-old in Hawaii. He could have made a different choice. Obama Sr. had also received a scholarship offer from the new school that would have supported all three. However, he chose Harvard, whose scholarship only covered tuition. Obama Sr. was also ambitious. He moved to the U.S. to pursue an education, intending to return to his home country to help build its government following Kenya's 1963 independence. He put that goal above everything else, even his family.
I wish I had had a father who was around and involved.
Obama Sr. kept his eyes on the ball. In 1964, he returned to Kenya, got a job as a government economist, and was later promoted to senior economist. He seemed to be on the right track, but he disagreed with President Jomo Kenyatta's economic approach from the beginning, and he wasn't quiet about it. He wrote in a 1965 essay that was published by Politico in 2008, "Maybe it is better to have something perfunctorily done than none at all." Obama Sr.'s sharp tongue didn't earn him many friends in the Kenyatta administration. He wasn't getting the promotions he thought he deserved. As the elder Obama saw his aspirations slip through his fingers, his behavior became more erratic. He started drinking heavily and driving irresponsibly. After Kenyatta's 1978 death, Obama Sr. found work with the Ministry of Finance. In 1982, Obama Sr. died in a car accident. Obama believes his mother was a victim of a broken healthcare system. Dunham was diagnosed with ovarian and uterine cancer in 1995. She had just moved back to the U.S. from Indonesia, where she had been misdiagnosed with indigestion the previous year. Dunham was switching jobs and unsure whether her new insurance would cover her treatment. That's what was on her mind. Obama said in a 2007 ad, she wasn't thinking about coming to terms with her own mortality. Dunham spent her last months dealing with bureaucracy to figure out if the new insurance would deem her cancer as a pre-existing condition. Obama spoke about her struggle in a 2012 Democratic National Convention video.
When my mom got cancer, she wasn't a wealthy woman, and it pretty much drained all her resources.
Dunham's experience became one of the motivators behind Obama's landmark law, the Affordable Care Act.
Watching your mother die of something that could have been prevented. That's a tough thing to deal with.
Dunham died in November 1995, months after her diagnosis. Obama could never separate her insurance loophole from her untimely death at 52. He wrote in his 2020 memoir, A Promised Land, "Passing a healthcare bill wouldn't bring my mom back, but it would save somebody's mom somewhere down the line, and that was worth fighting for.